Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Thursday? We're here, we're alive, we're rock and rolling. Well, semi, to a degree, you know? Oh, mercy. Good evening, y'all filthy animals. Or something. You were actually, Lazla. You were like the first. We had a lot of firsts over on the tubes. I just don't have time to go through. Hey, Arcus, you've been subbed for 3 months. Hey, why didn't that show up? Huh, okay. That was strange. Arcus, if you're in the live, let me know. I had a question for you. Hi, Moose. Hey, Ramon. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. It's Thursday, right? Oh, Arcus, had you I think you had sent me a message on Discord. And Discord like auto deleted it because I didn't see it in time. Or I didn't acknowledge it in time. That's a funny one, Joe Biden. That's a good one. It's Friday for you, Moose, because you're on the other side of the world. Oh, I gotta press that button. Hold on. There we go. I almost forgot to do that. Howdy, howdy, Bishop. Hey, Rubinator. I was gonna say something. Oh, so update in the news, right? Is the Senate voted on 2 health care plans to try to help with the rising cost in health insurance, right? And guess what? They voted on a Republican one and a Democrat one, and they voted both down. That should surprise no one. Was it? Okay. That's funny too. You know they don't shy. I don't know why you asked. It's so nice of you to try to ask, but you know they don't. That's why they're over here asking me and why they're spamming people's lives all day long. Indiana vote. Okay. Sounds like a good one. I donated my 2 cents to the My Pillow guys governor run in 2026. That's funny. I hope that works out for you, I guess. I see jokes about him, but I really don't understand what the jokes are about. But that's also not truly surprising for me. I don't understand a lot of jokes, to be clear. So there's that part for me. Hey, I mean, Phantom gonna donate to the My Pillow guy, then donate it out, man. Donate it out. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know. And things that I choose not to know as well. Like a bunch of things I choose not to know. Oh, thank you. I think I remember that phone call, Ramon. I couldn't tell you when it occurred because I'm not that. My memory is good. I'm not always that good. Like, I'm not going to be able to remember exactly that date. Okay. So everybody just needs to behave. Yep. Behave, be good, be booping that screen all the way out. Share it to people that haven't been here before. Let's get people in here. I wish this secondary device wasn't going so dang slow. Yeah, you can. Definitely. I don't know. I didn't realize that Discord like deletes messages if I don't accept them. And guess my bad. My bad. All right. Wow, you guys are tippy tapping away over on TikTok. That's really awesome. In other news, you guys love talking about Donald Trump is so great for our standing in the international community, and now we're labeled as a security risk for the country of Denmark. Ayo, W. Megan. Like, just gonna say that. He's so great for our international relations. And then here we go. And Denmark and Norway say that we're a security risk. It's fantastic. We're doing so great, y'all. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Awesome. How old are you? 35. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? What specifically has Donald Trump done in his current term to earn your continued support?
He's killed drug smugglers bringing drugs into this country.
Oh, so you just like him violating international laws and that our our military forces are violating their own law of war manual? Got it. That sounds great.
Yes, because somebody has to do it, and sometimes
Somebody
you got to
has
break
to
the
do it.
laws.
Oh, sometimes you got to break the law. I thought the Republican Party was supposed to be the party of law and order.
Well, laws are meant to be broken as on both sides.
Oh, now laws are meant to be broken. Dang,
Yes.
y'all just can't pick a lane, can you?
I picked my lane.
Yeah.
I'm a Republican.
Uh-huh. Did it make you feel all nice and fuzzy inside?
No, just normal.
No. Can you tell me
What
where I
about
can
yourself?
find this like rule that says laws were made to be broken? Where can I find that rule? Is it written into
Yeah.
law maybe? Is that where it's at? Can I find it written into law, please?
Well, I'm not a specialist on laws, but
You're not a specialist
you
on
know, a
metrics.
lot. I'm not the one. I'm not going to dig too deep in it. But that was the question that
Oh,
you
you're
asked
not
me.
gonna
You
dig
didn't
too
ask
deep
me.
in it. Okay.
No. What happened was you asked me a question why, and I told you why.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for an explanation.
Well, I mean, technically I did, because then I was like, oh, I thought, oh. All right, just hang up then, Pookie Pie. That's cool. I was just trying to be silly. Kind of like the puppers back there. I thought it was a decent question. Potato is currently on a 3-stream streak. I wish they phrased it differently, because that's a lot to say. Oh, we know how he feels, Ruben. Also, guys, if you haven't already sent in your Daily Heart Me over on TikTok, be sure to send in your Daily Heart Me. Let's see. What other news? There was actually quite a bit. Oh, let's see. Kilmore Abrego Garcia was released from ICE custody. So, at the result of a judge's order. Raven, I think you're in the live right now, maybe. Trying to help somebody out real quick. Get into the server that's just struggling. Here we go. Okay. I was trying to get to news. There's been so much today that was like shared. Let's see. Oh, Kristi Noem was just a joke at the hearing today. Oh, just the DOJ failed once more to re-indict New York's former Attorney General Letitia James. So that went well. Let's see. We already talked about that. Ooh. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, that's all you had to say? Well, that was disappointing. Thank you, Larry, for the laughing disco. Let's see. That's just a joke. Da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Nancy Mace wants to rename a street. That's cool. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Yeah. Danish intelligence classifies Trump's America as a security risk. I actually kind of want to go ahead and read that. Maybe I'll just pull this up and read it. Hey, that's not what I wanted you to do. Yeah, we'll just, whatever. Okay. All right. Denmark sounds the alarm about U.S. increasingly antagonistic posture towards Europe. Resist. Denmark's military intelligence service has for the first time classified the U.S. as a security risk, a striking shift in how one of Washington's closest European allies assesses the transatlantic relationship. Hello? Hi, how old are you? 23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? Okay. What has Donald Trump done in his current term in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, by the moment,
Huh?
he didn't do too many things. By the moment, he didn't do too many things yet.
Oh, okay, so
I mean,
you don't
he just,
have anything that he's currently done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
well, I'm supporting him because he's trying against the radical socialists here in the United States. That's why.
Oh.
One of the things. Yeah.
Donald Trump is actively engaging in socialism, so that would be a cap, broski.
I mean, I'm saying that because, like, I'm from Cuba.
Donald Trump is actively engaging in socialism. Do you know how all of these deals that he made with these chip companies in order to, like, I don't know, have them pay the United States government part of their profit and their sales in places like China? I want to help you out with something, right? Since you obviously don't know what socialism actually is, that's socialism. So,
Oh, wait, give me a
wow.
second. Yeah, give me a second.
No, I'm good, broski. I don't like socialism, but I support the guy that's actively participating in socialism. Also, in case you guys were wondering, you actively participate in socialism on an almost daily basis. Like, if the money from your taxes or out of your pocket goes to benefit anyone other than just yourself, then you're engaging in an act of socialism. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Doing well. How old are you? 33. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I would say I wouldn't support a Democrat right now, and I like.
Oh, so I don't care. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. Okay, how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I would say I'm 50-50 for the most part, yeah.
What has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
I think specifically the thing that I'm most excited about is the new national security strategy.
Oh, you mean that has our allies, our closest allies in the European Union, and NATO saying that we're a security risk? It's a great fucking strategy because now they're going to be evaluating every single thing that the United States of America does and have to come up with contingency plans on how to deal with us if we step out of place. That's a great fucking strategy, my guy. I agree with you. So fantastic.
So do you like, you're only really, the reason that you're against it is because the Europeans don't like it?
No, dude. I just find it fucking hilarious because one of the things that I hear often, and I'm not saying you're
Mm,
saying this, right? Is
sure.
everybody likes being like, well, Donald Trump is great. He's repaired our relationships and made our relationships better with the international community. And then we find out
Hmm.
7 days ago that he actually just made it 3 million times worse, right? Where our closest allies are being like, "Oh, you're a fucking problem."
Do you think that that's like a long-standing viewpoint that they have, or do you think that's because of policy change that's been happening in Europe over the past like 20-ish years?
I don't know who the they is that you're referring to in your question. So you're gonna have to specify
Um,
who is the they in your question.
European governments just in general, because like for example, right now, what you see in Europe is that a lot of the right-wing parties are starting to gain a lot of traction over there, but a lot of the more like moderate folks are really anti-right-wing parties as well as anti-left-wing parties too, right? And so they're kind of, trying to keep the immigration going over there and push out these sort of alt-right or alt-left groups that are popping up over there. And so I think that those folks that are kind of the moderates over there maybe don't speak for historically where our allies have been at as compared to now. Like over the past, I would say 15 to 20 years, the policies in the UK, France, Germany, Spain have changed a lot.
Sure. So of
Okay.
ours, but this is the first time that we've ever specifically said that we're not aligning ourselves with him in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty fucking stupid, is what I'm saying. Thank you, Shrugs.
I can see how you'd have that opinion. I mean, I think the reason that we're kind of veering
Can you
away
tell me
from
the
them is
last
we
time
think,
that one of the NATO
yeah,
countries has considered the United States of America, and this can be before the development of NATO, declared the United States a threat to their national security?
I don't know that they've necessarily been in a consensus as much as they have now. I think a lot of that probably started maybe in the Bush years, but definitely by the Obama years, once we started doing a lot more drone striking in the Middle East, for example. A lot of our backing of Israel, a lot of them have kind of turned away from Israel.
Sure.
But I mean,
Maybe if
as far as the
Israel wasn't
national
doing
security,
fuck shit, they would be okay.
yeah, I agree. I'm not a big fan of what they're doing. I think it's like basically the Holocaust. Um, but as far as the actual security strategy goes, I think the idea of kind of turning away from the focus on China, turning away from the focus on a lot of the other foreign nations, and more focusing on just strengthening us here at home, trying to make sure that Americans are doing well over here, rebuilding industry, tightening up some of our ties in the Western Hemisphere, and just trying to make sure that the folks here have the things that they need to survive is a good change, in my opinion. I don't think we need to keep spending billions of dollars funding Israel or going to war against Russia, trying to do things against China, for example. I mean, obviously, some of those countries do horrible things, and so it is to some point the superpower's responsibility to kind of check some of them. But I think in general,
They're
just like
not
turning the
checking them
focus
on
towards making
anything.
America better is a pro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So again, how does one of our allies, two of our allies, calling the United States of America a national security threat for them making the United States better?
Well, I don't know that our government or their government rather and our citizens see eye to eye. I think that for the general life
I
in
just want to remind
America,
everybody that Donald Trump at
yeah.
his speech in Pennsylvania, right, specifically called out, like asking why don't we have immigrants coming from Denmark and Norway in his speech in Pennsylvania. I think it was just
Mhm.
yesterday that he had that, right? Held that speech, or maybe it was
Mhm.
Tuesday. And specifically asked, why don't we ever have immigrants coming from Denmark or Norway? And then after he put out his NSS, right, released the NSS, which is then what
Mm-hmm.
prompted Denmark and Norway to declare us a security risk. I just wanted to point that out because I think that's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. We never have immigrants coming from Denmark or Norway that want to stay here and become United States citizens. And then they call us a national security risk.
Well, I think a big part of it is that we're drawing attention to a lot of the things that are doing in Denmark and Norway.
Oh, what are they
You know, like
doing in Norway?
historically, they
That's
haven't
so
really had a
bad.
lot of immigrants, right? They have pretty high levels as far as their immigration. Like, it's difficult to become an immigrant to go to one of those countries, right?
Yeah,
Up
they
until,
do
you know,
prioritize their own Nordic countries, the other Nordic
right. And
countries.
I think that's also part of the reason that we don't really get immigrants from there in the first place, right? Because they already have a pretty high level of like wealth. It's a pretty stable nation. They have high standards of living. The work-life balance is awesome over
Yeah,
there.
they also have
have great
universal
social
health
safety nets.
care. Yeah.
Right. I think that's a good thing, personally. But I think when you have those sort of things set up, you don't have a lot of people that are going to leave there, and they also don't let a lot of folks in. And I think what Trump was kind of pointing to by saying that is that America should be doing the exact same thing as them. And I don't think they like
No, he
getting called out
wasn't.
like that.
He is
when,
I don't know if you realize this, but Donald Trump
Mhm.
is adversely, like he's staunchly, that's the correct word, staunchly against universal health care. Staunchly against it. And he's against these social safety nets. He calls them all fraudulent. He calls them all scams and that they're being defrauded on a daily basis. That's what he says about these social safety nets. He doesn't want us to be like them. He said it while he was actively being racist towards other countries, right? Specifically Latin American countries or any countries where someone that is black comes from. He said it
think he's-
right after being racist, and he named 3 majority white countries.
Yeah, I think he's mostly pointing out their
No,
immigration
he's not
standards, not the
pointing
social
those
part,
out.
right?
Did he say that in that speech? Did
I
he
believe
point out
so.
their No, he didn't. He was just being like, I don't understand why they don't ever come here. Why don't we ever get immigrants from these countries that want to come to the United States? That's all he said after being heavily racist towards almost every other country that he named. He literally
Yeah.
called places shithole countries and then named what he considers to not be a shithole country. He didn't talk about their immigration. He didn't talk about their social safety nets.
And I think that's part of the new national security
That's just
strategy that I
you
agree
trying
with, is
to
just
put
improving
words in
life
his
South
mouth.
America, right?
Why does everybody feel like they have to, I don't know, be some kind of mind reader of words that Donald Trump would never say, right? I want social safety nets. Donald Trump would never say that.
I agree with that. Yeah, that might be my own thoughts kind of bleeding into that a little bit, and I apologize if I did that.
You guys
Um,
should everybody should really try not to speak for Donald Trump because it doesn't work out in
Well,
your favor.
It was kind of like I said at the beginning of the call, I'm 50-50 on him, right? I think we have a serious issue over here right now where we don't really have any candidates that combine, some of the stuff that Mamdani is saying, for example, with some of the things
Sir, we
that
don't have any candidates
on
right
the-
now
on
for
the far
president
right are
because the
saying.
presidency isn't up for grabs until 2028. We're 11 months into
Yeah.
Donald Trump's presidency. The start of your notion
Right.
right in that moment is futile. It has no place right now. The other party doesn't have any candidates. Yeah, and what is the Republican Party going to run? JD Vance, who took
I
more
sure as hell hope
vacations
not.
this year than there are months in the year?
I hope not. No, I mean, I think what we need over here is kind of a blend of right and left, right? We have the folks on the right now that really
I
want
just
to take
think
care
that
of
we should
billionaires.
deconstruct our entire party process. That doesn't need to be here at all. But that'll never happen.
I would agree with both of those statements. Yeah, I think it does need to be done, but like you said, it's probably not going to be done the way that billionaires have such an effect on our electoral process in this country right now. The way that donors and lobbying works, it's going to be difficult to get to there. But I think it's kind of a mix of both, and unfortunately, on either side, whether we're talking about Trump or if we're talking about somebody like Joe Biden, for example, they just kind of seem to go wherever the billionaires that are donating to them go, right? We don't really have anybody that's in the middle, that's giving us social policies that'll help out Americans, but then also
You
protecting our
actually do
national
have
interests and
people
putting
that are in
America
the
first.
middle. I don't know if you realize this, but on the international scale of the political
Hmm.
spectrum, everyone on the
Hmm.
Democratic Party is center right. So they're literally in the middle. Instead, individuals such as yourself decided to vote for somebody that's on the going towards the extreme right.
I only voted for him in 2016, but I'm going to be honest with you. At that time, I was brainwashed. I used to be somebody who would watch a lot of Shapiro and that sort of stuff when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I've realized that a lot of that is just propaganda from foreign nations, right? So I don't necessarily see eye to eye with that anymore. I think we need to have somebody that brings in social policies, but at the same time is America first and is sort of an economic nationalist while bringing social policies on like more of a state level.
Deutschland
Would
über
you agree with
alles.
that? What'd you say?
I said Deutschland über alles.
Why?
That's what I'm sorry, that's what it sounds like when people say America first to me.
Well, I think each country should have their own interests first and the interests of their citizens first. I think that's kind of like the job of our politicians.
The American people, yes. I don't see how like there's anybody to say they never get that either. Like anybody that's just purports America first while also actively supporting the president that is pardoning the former president of Honduras who is guilty, right? Convicted in court after a 7-year prosecutorial process that was over 3 administrations of importing 400 tons. By the way, guys, I made a mistake. I said 400 million yesterday, which in retrospect is pretty funny to say that, but I just got to correct myself. 400 tons of cocaine into the United States of America. Donald Trump pardoned him, not giving a shit about anything, right? That's not putting America first after this guy literally was caught sending messages like shove the white stuff up the gringo's nose until they die.
That doesn't sound great at all. And I think that honestly goes against the national security strategy that we just released. Because a lot of that has to deal with stopping drugs coming into here.
Oh,
So
Trump doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't
I just
care
think
about
it's
law and order.
unfortunate. I just think it's unfortunate that we don't have somebody at this point that's supporting social programs like that. Because I myself am a member of a.
Guess what? I have news for you. You did.
Yeah.
Everybody did. There are candidates that are running for Congress right now in every state that is actually pushing towards social programs. You just seem to be allergic to them because they go with the color blue or have the letter D next to their name. And to be very clear, they do not have enough social programs, at least not in my opinion, but they offer a lot more than the individuals typically that are red or have an R next to them because they claim that all of these social programs have all this fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're the ones actually perpetrating that fraud, waste, and abuse.
Needs a restructuring. We're just too brainwashed by billionaires right now who don't want those sort of programs to exist. And I would side honestly more left, but unfortunately there's not really anybody on the left side that supports those sort of programs that isn't a globalist. Like I think it's possible for us to have those sort of social programs while at the same time maintaining America's interests above other places. I think it's like what some of the national security strategy says.
Yeah, you want us to be an isolationist country. Is that what it is?
No, not isolationist per se. I do like that we're sticking mostly to the Western Hemisphere, but I think there's ways that we could build up, say, Central and South America, help them with having better lives, but at the same time using a lot of the resources that they have down there to also increase the lives of Americans and keep America on top. And unfortunately, I don't know too many people on either side that believe in those sort of social programs and also believe in still keeping, sort of the superpower sense of America, without going totally globalist and reducing the workforce here to be equal with third world countries.
You're not looking for it, nor are you reading.
I mean, I look for it all the time. I maybe I'm a bit naive for using LLMs to try to find out a lot of this information, but whenever I kind of describe my political ideology to any of the various LLMs that are available and then search for politicians that are pushing those ideas, it seems to be very split. You know, there's a lot of people that are America first, or they say they're America first, but they don't believe in the social programs that the working class is going to need to be able to get, kind of
Cool.
hedge
Then
the wealth gap
again,
that
I'm
already
gonna be
exists
very
here.
clear. I have no idea why you voted for Donald Trump. So you just have a good one, my guy, because you're not very clear on your stance on why you would even support him or anything else. And I don't like wishy-washy people like that. But I hope you have a good Thursday. Thank you, Feisty, for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you, Augustin, for all the jewels. We have Taylor, thank you for the jewels. Angel for the jewels. Will, thank you for all the jewels. And unknown user, thank you for the clapping seal. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I'm watching live.
What part of Canada are you calling from?
Are you live or is it this AI?
What part of Canada are you calling from?
East Coast, Ontario.
Okay. Well, I don't talk to Maple MAGA. Have a good night. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Dagger. And thank you, Edwards. Okay, you're 38. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, but I love that Trump, I do.
Okay, what year did you graduate high school?
And like mid-90s.
Mid-90s. Yeah, no, that's incorrect. You're 38. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm older. I'm 53.
53. Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. What has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Some of the biggest things were Donald Trump has given federal tax income breaks to the middle class, the low class, that he made permanent with a big beautiful bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest things because no other politician is giving any breaks to any working class citizen.
That's
He
absolutely untrue that no politician has ever done that. Like, sir, I don't know if you realize how tax policy works, but they're voted on about every 8 years. And so every 8 years, the politicians do, in fact, lower the tax brackets for
Can you
the
tell me?
lower to middle class. Otherwise, your taxes would have increased at any point by about 15%. And since it's never increased that much, and to be clear that it was only decreased by 2%, even with Donald Trump's tax plan. That means it was at least a 13% decrease under Obama's tax plan. Yeah, you are inherently incorrect from the start. And I do absolutely agree that making those tax cuts permanent instead of having to re-vote on them every 8 years is absolutely a good thing. I do agree with the tax cuts for the lower to middle class. Okay. So
And that's
what
what
was
he
your
did
next point? I
permanently.
just wanted to clarify that you were incorrect on saying that no other politician has ever done that because that's absolutely untrue, unequivocally.
When did they do it? I mean, I looked at
I
the
just
tax
told
bracket. I went
you.
back as far as I could, and I only saw the decrease with Trump. I didn't see it decrease any other
Yes,
time.
by 2%. Because what did I just say? Can you
It was
reiterate any part what I just said?
3% for 3% for the class that was between
Can you
37 and 90.
reiterate what I just said?
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
The next
you
one
can't. Got
was
it.
he gave overtime, no tax on overtime for up to $12,000 and $24,000. Again, I can't remember in my 50 years any politician giving breaks to people working overtime. If you could find that, that'd be great, but I have never seen it.
Okay. Again, this isn't even something that I argue is as a bad thing, right? Like,
All right,
and
right.
and I
You
just
asked
want
me
to be
why.
very
You told me
clear.
why.
Okay. You don't have to like keep talking over me. And I know Aslan, I am AI
I apologize.
apparently. Okay.
I apologize.
Okay. Anyway. So I do, and I said it many times on my live that that's absolutely a good thing. It's a very decent start. I don't think it's far reaching enough. And to be clear, the name of it is incorrect because overtime is absolutely still being taxed, and then the amount that you can actually deduct from your taxes is only that 0.5%. Or if you're lucky and your state or your company pays you double time, you would be able to deduct that 1%, right? But it's only that 0.5% more than your regular pay, which means that other regular 1% is still taxed heavily. And you don't get any part of that back. So again, it's a good start. It's not far reaching enough. It's short term. It ends December 31st, 2028.
Yep, 2 more years, so that's great. That's a step forward where he's actually trying to
Awesome.
help
Already
citizens.
said that. Cool beans.
Great. Okay. Another thing is he's not following mainstream politics. He's talking about making limited terms for these lifetime politicians who all become millionaires. He's not, all these other politicians, they all work together. They all laugh and hang out behind closed doors. Well, Trump
Have you heard
doesn't.
of the Pelosi Act?
I have not.
Okay, it's been renamed to the Honest Act as it has been introduced into the Senate. So have you heard of it under that name by chance?
No, I didn't follow it that far.
Cool. So if what you were saying was true, let me be very clear, then Donald Trump would unequivocally be in support of the Pelosi / the Honest Act, which is currently stalled in Congress in the Senate. And what it does is it stops any elected official at the federal level from being able to continue to trade in stock, and within 90 days they would have to divest all of their stock portfolio off, like so they could just give it to someone else in their family or whatever it is, or sell it all off, make money off of it, right? That would have actually stopped insider trading. But instead, Donald Trump said that he was against it. And even after Josh Hawley rewrote it, was it Hawley? Yeah, it was Hawley. Sorry, Massey is in the house. And after Hawley rewrote it to make sure that it didn't apply to the current president, because they added it in that was upon your next election cycle, Donald Trump still didn't come out and endorse it in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
So that's
he's
not
talking
true.
about it. That he's
No, he's not.
verbally said it.
Can I
so
find a
I've
place
verbally heard
where oh, you verbally heard it? Great. So I should just trust
Yeah.
your ears. Okay, got it.
Well, you
So
can look
can
it
you
up.
tell
I mean,
me
you can look it up.
like what bill has been introduced by the Republicans in order to actually set term limits on Congress? By chance?
Yes, give that
What's the
6
bill
more
number?
months, and you will see the bills coming. You have to give it time.
Oh,
They're working on it.
They're working on it.
Yeah,
Got
100%.
it. Yeah.
They are.
They're working
I
on
got-
it.
I got another one. You ready? So, Donald Trump,
me
other
write
great
that
things
down.
that Donald.
Well,
Yes.
he actually
Here's
said
a-
6 months, Neely, not 2 weeks.
6
But
months.
normally it would
So-
be 2 weeks according to Donald Trump, because that's like his favorite timeline. 2 weeks, guys. Just wait. 2 weeks. We'll decide in 2 weeks. Just
Yep.
gotta wait
6
that 2
months.
weeks. This
6
time
months.
it's 6 months, which I mean, I guess that is something that Donald Trump said back in January, but we're gonna write that down. Give reps.
And then you could call me back and thank me for being correct.
6 months. Yeah, that's why the last bill that was introduced to put term limits failed when the Democratic Party put it up, right? And there was a Republican majority because they care so much about putting term limits.
Right. Well,
Right.
another thing that everybody voted for Donald Trump to do, which he's actually doing, is the flood of people coming across the borders has stopped.
Incorrect. What everybody actually voted for was lower prices at stores. That's according to exit polling done by multiple pollsters, right, including Gallup, which has been around for a long ass time.
I stand corrected. One of his biggest running things that he said all the time, I should say.
Yeah, that
that
would be
he said all the
correct. What
time.
he said all the time. Yeah, he said all of that.
He was going to
Okay.
stop it.
So can you
Which he
tell me
did.
what
He told the truth.
immigration has done to you personally?
Well, one of my friends has died from a legal immigrant who shot
I'm
him in the
sorry to hear
head.
that. I hope that person was prosecuted to the full extent of the law and is serving time in jail.
They would, but it was their third time killing someone. That's the problem. He served a murder sentence before and came back to the country, and then
What's the guy's name
um
then? I should be able to find the criminal's name, and since he killed your friend, you should be able to remember it.
yeah,
You
look
know
up
so much about him.
Kenosha County Sheriff's Deputy Fabiano. Look up
So
that
he was a sheriff's deputy?
yep, and he got shot in the head by this illegal immigrant. So you can look it up. Kenosha County Sheriff's Deputy Fabiano shot and
Spell out
killed.
the county name? No,
Kenosha,
see, I asked you for the name of the guy that killed your
Kenosha.
friend. If you actually cared so much about your friend, you should remember the name of his murderer.
I will never remember a name of a murderer because that gives them justification. I'm not going to remember them. I'll remember the people who actually do good. So, I mean, if you want to look up the case, you can. You'll find it. And it's Kenosha, Wisconsin. And that fellow was, again, he was released and brought back, released, brought back, released, and came back.
He
and
wouldn't have been
finally killed the
brought back,
deputy.
dude. He would have came back
Well,
himself.
he came back. He came back, yeah. So yeah, look that up. You can see it. But I think it's wrong to remember like bad people who kill people. You should not remember the name because that's what they want. You know, not this particular guy, but a lot of people do school shootings. The victim should be remembered, not the suspects.
Cool. Is he still in
And
prison?
then, I believe so. I don't know. I don't know if he's been deported. It happened like
It's
a couple
very
of years ago.
interesting that I just can't find the guy's name anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. But, well, because the news doesn't report, you know, if they're just like the news doesn't report certain names on suspects or certain colors on suspects, the news kind of like always, if it doesn't fit their narrative, they're not going to put it in there. But it happened, and you can look it up. You'll see that he had a huge memorial and everything. Also, the other thing that Trump did that's great is
No, I would.
Is when it came-
I'm good sticking to immigration for a second, because I
Okay,
want to know
yeah,
why.
we can stick to that.
So does the fact that, and again, like no one deserves to die at the end of a gun. I've held that stance for a long ass time. So does that justify the inhumane treatment that immigrants are currently facing under this administration's deportation efforts?
Well, that's also a falsehood because
It's
if you
a
look
falsehood.
at
So you're telling me
yeah,
that all of the videos that you can find online, that are shot from multiple angles by multiple witnesses are all falsehoods now?
well, let's look at the facts of those cases. When you have immigration going to do something and people come out and follow their instructions and listen to their orders,
Oh, how
nobody's
about
being
Miramar
mistreated. When you
Martinez?
attack, when
How
you
about
attack the agents,
how about Miramar Martinez?
there could always be one or two cases where things go bad.
Miramar
Always.
Martinez.
That's not the norm.
Miramar.
not the
Are
norm.
you familiar with that case?
Not that particular one, no.
No.
I
So
might
then,
if
how
we
would
talk
you know
about
if
it,
it's
but
not the norm? If you're not
I'm just saying that
familiar with it?
if there are outlining cases, and it sounds like you're going to bring up one, but go ahead, bring it up. Let's hear.
Yeah, Miramar Martinez was actually a United States citizen that ICE racially profiled, right? One ICE officer racially profiled. They had her arrested after an incident where she was shot 5 times by an ICE officer, right? And the reason why
And what
she
were
was
her actions during that?
I'm literally talking and I'm going to tell you.
Sorry.
How about you have some more self-control than a goldfish?
Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right. So Miramar Martinez was arrested after she was released from the hospital after being shot 5 times by an ICE officer because, again, she was like wrongly detained or attempted to be detained. She was a United States citizen who was racially profiled. And the claim is that she assaulted said ICE officer. And then the judge was actually shown the body cam footage. Because the claim was that she pulled out her car in front of the ICE officer and then reached for a gun, and that's why the ICE officer shot her. The body cam footage showed that the ICE officer is the one that pulled out in front of her car. Her hands were up. She wasn't reaching for anything, and then she got shot 5 times. And then afterwards, he put it out on Twitter that I shot her. I'm such a good shot. I shot her 5 times, and she had 7 holes.
Okay, that's possible to have 7 holes with 5 shots.
That's what you pull from that?
I'm looking at the incident details here, and it says that
You should look at the fact that, let's be very clear, the case was dismissed. It was thrown out.
Well, why was she driving her car up to these agents or in the area
She
of these
wasn't.
agents trying?
She was driving.
her-
She was letting people know. Yeah, okay. So I don't think that you should follow cops necessarily, but she was actually no longer trying to follow them. She was just trying to leave, right?
Mhm.
But she was briefly following them and letting other people know that there was ICE in front of her, and then she was trying to leave, and he decided to cut her off. So do you
There we
think
go.
that
So-
excuses, does that make it okay that he shot an unarmed woman 5 times that's a United States citizen after he racially profiled her? Yes or no?
I don't think it was racial profiling. It was the fact that they were trying to go down the road, do things, and they have a car
Does
there. Which
that justify, let's try this again. No,
Now
because
you're
I asked you
interrupting.
a direct question that you're not answering. Does that
Right, ask the question
justify
again.
her being shot 5 times, yes or no?
It depends on the situation.
Oh, it depends on the situation. Sir, you've already give
easy
away
with-
you already let the cat out of the bag when you made a comment
Right.
saying that if you're shot 5 times, it is possible for you to have 7 fucking holes because you have no
Yeah.
ethics or morality. Fuck off, bro.
No.
Fucking dumbass. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter. The ICE officer was out of control. Oh, what's possible for that to happen? Like, dude, fuck off. Yeah, he missed the point entirely. Thank you, Will, for the oh dear for the 800 jewels. Taylor, thank you again for all the jewels. Hog Hunter, thank you. Dawn, thank you. Productions, thank you for the jewels. No, a different no name. Thank you for the jewels. Bishop, thank you so much. Have you or a loved one been injured in a news bias related incident? You may be entitled to grounds news related compensation, benefits, or other remedies as determined solely by Ari's Linktree, or enter code MERMAIDARI at checkout to see if you qualify. Eligibility may vary. Results not guaranteed. Past outcomes do not predict future outcomes. Yes, guys, if you go to the link tree in my bio, you can get 40% off of the Vantage plan, which ground news. David, thank you for the jewels. No, I absolutely do not believe in vote blue no matter who. Absolutely fucking not. I believe in policy over party. Ranger, thank you for the jewels. Psychotic, thank you for the jewels. And Robert, thank you for the jewels. We'll go ahead and open these phone lines back up. Hopefully we actually get a caller with the damn heart. I got you, Belchy. Sorry, there was a delay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah. How you doing? Am I speaking to Ari?
You are? How old are you?
How you doing, Ari? I'm 29 years of age. How you doing?
Doing well. Can you stop or turn down the stream in the background?
I'm sorry, I'm watching your show as we speak.
Yeah, turn it down. I don't want to hear my own voice through the speaker.
Got it. Just did that. My apologies.
Okay. Thank you, Observing, for being a 3-month subscriber. Which, by the way, I'm going to do a quick promo. Don't mind me. Guys, if you haven't already, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. If you are able to send gifts, become a super fan, subscribe, become a member, send super chats. All of the things are available, including bits. Please do so. It helps support me in the easiest way you can. All right. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Nope, not at all. I think
All
he's
right.
a real
WU, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Nigger, nigger, nigger.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. I can hear you when you just start. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? 21. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Different way to go about that.
Do you want to start your sentence over? Go ahead.
Like, I was listening to your last call with the dude about immigration.
Uh-huh.
You kept interrupting him, and then you got mad at him when he interrupted you.
Oh, because I was answering his question. At no point when I was asking him questions was he actually answering them, which is why I would interrupt somebody. I don't know if you're aware of how that works. So I understand that you want to come in here and tone police, and that's fine. I'm going to help you out with something. Do you think that it is a justification for an ICE officer to shoot an unarmed woman 5 times for simply that person following behind them? Yes or no?
No, obviously it's wrong.
Obviously not. Okay, perfect. The
No, I said
last
obviously it's wrong.
obviously it's wrong. Right.
Yeah, that's what I
They
said.
shouldn't have done it. The last guy, when I mentioned the guy's deplorable post after the fact on his fucking public accounts saying that I'm such a good shot, I shot her 5 times and she had 7 holes. He's like, well, that is actually possible for that to happen because he had no fucking humanity in him. So God forbid that I call out some fucking wannabe fake ass Christian for showing the fact that they ain't got no fucking humanity, a bone in their fucking body to show any sort of empathy to another human that also got unjustly shot by a cop, right? Or a wannabe cop, right? Because we already know that ICE officers most of them are barely able to read, and they have anger management issues on latest reports that have come out in regards to the baseline hiring practices that are being done by the Department of Homeland Security. So God forbid I call someone out on their deplorable shit that comes out of their fucking mouth, my guy. If you want to go tone police the MAGA that say deplorable fucking shit to me. Go fuck off.
You were doing that before. You were doing that.
Literally, go fuck off, my guy. Go tone police them. Like, how about for once, one of y'all motherfuckers that want to come up here and tone police the shit out of me, how about you call out the last caller for being a fucking heartless human? Bet y'all boys never fucking do that shit. You never call out your own fucking party. But I can sit here, and I'm not even tied to any fucking party, and I'll call out all of you goddamn motherfuckers. No, I'm just tired of the bullshit, Belchy, that's all. Thank you, Tyler, for the jewels. And yes, ICE is all Proud Boys, neo-schmatzis now. Thanks, Trump. Exactly. Thank you, Sonny. Oh, you're always so rude to them. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Right, Mnemonic? Awesome. How old are you? Just for you, okay, kiddo? 6, 7. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? You're a kid. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, it's you. Have you learned more than 3 words yet?
Hey, MAGA, bitch.
Have you learned more than 3 words yet? Oh, okay. All right, my guy. Listen, if you're going to troll, I'm going to troll you right back. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Yeah, your service sucks. How old are you? 22. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Let me get. Okay. There in year 2025, there's a
Your
3.8
service sucks,
increase.
my guy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh,
Hi. How old are you?
23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Deported illegals. You know, I don't like paying for illegals, like food stamps and stuff.
Sorry, I don't know if you realize this. In fact, actually, I shouldn't even start off that way. I know you don't realize this, but you don't pay for illegal immigrants food stamps because that's federally illegal. There's literally been a law in place for the last 29 years that forbids federal payments going to illegal immigrants.
You know, but how do they get it then?
They don't.
I mean, I know some that have.
Then they was sold to them by an American citizen. Whoop-de fucking do. I just want to be clear. I don't give a shit. I'm going to help you out with something. I don't give a shit about your anecdotal stories. And if they have a fucking card, then they're fucking legal immigrants. Have you ever heard of, let's try this. Let's try this. Have you ever heard of the PRWORA?
No, I do think you're
You
talking about
don't. Got it.
overseas, 'cause,
Okay.
like, you
I'm going to
don't-
go
you
ahead
don't
and
know
go
what
over
I'm
this with
talking about.
everybody. I don't give a shit about your anecdote. Do you know what an anecdote is?
No, I don't give a shit about what you're saying because fucking I know legal immigrants like your food
I
stamps.
don't
My
care about
sister
your
married one.
anecdote. PRWORA is the Personal Responsibility Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996. Literally, within that law, it specifies that no state can request reimbursement from the federal government for any benefits that are paid to undocumented illegal aliens. Congratulations, no federal money can go to them. It's literally a law that has never been overwritten, ever. So unless you can point to me a law that I'm completely unaware of that allows federal reimbursements to go to states for undocumented illegal immigrants for federal benefits, that would be how you would prove me wrong, not your fucking anecdote. Well, my story knows a guy that knows a guy. Maybe your sister needs to pick better fucking friends. I don't fucking know. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Doing well. How old are you?
38. How old are you?
34. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Personally, I don't like him. I don't like the guy
well,
personally.
then
I think
have a
he's
great
kind of
one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
22.
22. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
That's a great comment, troll. That's hilarious. All right. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
There's a few things. I think number one would have to be
the real GDP has grown 3.8% in his first 11 months. It isn't, and this is another thing. This isn't what I would want per se. I would like it to be better, but gas prices have dropped around 2.5%, and this is another thing.
Can you point to me a policy?
Just a minute. Let me get this.
No, I like
Just a
doing
minute.
one
Let me
point
say
at
this.
a time.
Hey, just a minute.
I'm so sorry. What name was on the stream before you called the number on the screen?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me what specific policy did Donald Trump pass, or a legislation did he pass that affected the price of gas?
That's something I can't say, but
Right. Because guess what? I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out with something. Okay. You can hang up. I'm going to help you guys all out with something. Okay. Nothing. He has allowed for new permits to be issued, and that's it, but no new drilling sites have opened up since then. Do you want to know what's causing the price of gas to go down? It's because of OPEC. I'm sure many of you don't even know what OPEC is. Let me help you out. So it's a conglomeration of foreign countries, right? Foreign countries that drill, right, for gas. And what OPEC has done is, since I believe it was April, they decided to increase how much gas that they were producing and then selling off to the rest of the world, which has caused a decrease in our oil prices and has negatively impacted our American oil companies, who all have, not all of them, a lot of them have announced mass layoffs specifically to try to overcome for the lowering in the cost of gas that they're not the ones producing anymore. See, in 2024, the United States of America was the #1 producer of gas and oil in the entire world. And we're not anymore because Donald Trump is back in office and OPEC says, let's start drilling more again. And price of gas on average is the exact same as it was this time last year. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
6-7.
6-7.
I hate Trump.
WU. Have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Is this a scam call center?
What's a scam call center?
Did
you dial 8675309? I guess not. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, why'd you place me in timeout? 'Cause I'm right.
I placed you in timeout. Who are you?
Yeah, well, your moderator did.
Who are you?
I mean, it don't matter. Who are you?
My name is Ari. So, like, are you supposed to be someone important?
I mean,
Are
I'm
you a
watching
bad
your
boy that
stream.
needs to go to the corner and you called in to make sure to know why you were placed in timeout? Well, here, I guess I'll go ahead and help you out, okay? You were
Please, go
put
ahead.
in, okay. All right. You were put in timeout, Pookie Pie, and I don't think that your timeout has expired yet. So perhaps you need to turn back around and put your nose back in the corner like a good little boy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
You are. Okay. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
He has made it to where people like you can express your opinion like me as well. And all that.
Oh my God. Thank you, Donald Trump, for being the person. Oh, you hung up. The person to write the First Amendment of the United States of America. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Donald Trump wrote the First Amendment, guys. He wrote the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Hallelujah. Like, woo, woo, amen. Can I get a amen? Can I get a amen? Amen from the people in the back. I don't fucking know. Not straight water, guys. Ranger, thank you for the jewels. Andy, thank you for the jewels. Ranger, thank you for the jewels. Cup of Joe, 6-7. Thank you for the bits. Andy, thank you for all the jewels. Took 2 days on average to get legal status during Biden via asylum abuse. Nice spin optics only, though. So let's see. You got a... Wow, that's a weird fucking PFP. I'm actually... Sir, I can tell that you have a hard-on about Donald Trump based off of your profile picture. No one wants to see your chest, for one. But I'm going to go ahead and help you out with something. Actually, according to our CBP data, what we actually saw is about 70% of all asylum cases that were sought when they encountered Border Patrol at any place, right? Any place where they encountered Border Patrol. 70% of them were rejected. I'm sure you don't know what a credible figure hearing, nor am I sure that you don't know anything about 8 U.S. Code 1158 and the qualifications for what it needs to claim asylum. So none of these things you know. Got it. Thank you. You should change your profile picture or maybe just continue to make your AI fantasy of you boinking Donald Trump because that's a weird picture. Lady, thank you for the jewels. Football player, thank you for all the jewels. Wayne, thank you for the jewels. And Moon Goddess, thank you for the bits. Guys, we'll just do another quick little PSA here. If you're still here, and thank you for being here as long as you have, don't forget to hit that follow button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. After you hit those buttons, hit that bell icon so you get notified exactly when I go live. If you're watching over on TikTok and you haven't sent your daily heart me, then what the heck are you doing here? Send up that daily heart me if you've got an extra coin to spare. We have gifts available. We have super fans available. Super fans right now are half off on TikTok. You can become a member on YouTube. You can also send super chats. I do read them between callers. We have bits and subscriptions available on Twitch as well. Do all of the good things and let's get this rolling. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
38.
38. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, for starters, the one big beautiful bill.
Okay. Like what?
Largest tax cut in history. Terminating benefits for illegal immigrants.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's been a law since 1996. So how did he terminate benefits that it's been a law that was never overwritten? Do you have a law that overwrote the PRWORA?
Well, it's done through the
1996?
states, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you telling me that somehow the one big beautiful bill overrode state rights?
Does it?
No.
Well, from the CBO's own reporting, about 14 million Americans were disenfranchised because of 1.4 million immigrants. So
Oh, sorry. Those are I don't know if you realize this, and I know that you're misreading the CBO and the KFF who also reported on it. 1.4 million are legal migrants. They're not illegal. Because again, and I can't believe I have to say this twice in the same stream, there was a law. It's called the Personal Responsibility Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996. And within that law, right, within that piece of legislation, as it was written, it explicitly states that while states may opt to use their own state money to fund any programs, any social programs that they so choose, from their state coffers for undocumented illegal aliens, right? They can receive $0, 0 pennies in reimbursement from the federal government for those costs or those expenses. So again, the big beautiful bill did absolutely nothing when it comes to benefits that are paid out at the state level.
But who funds the states? Who reimburses the states? It's the federal government, correct?
No.
And it was through Medicaid,
Nope.
correct?
I don't know if you realize this, and I'm going to go ahead and help you out with something, okay?
Sure.
So a state like California, they actually pay $8 billion to the federal government in their taxes each year, and they only get $5 billion back. Right?
Okay.
Meaning that they've had all of the money all along to pay for it, right? And they no longer do that. Medi-Cal ended this year. You guys are like, and this was well before the big beautiful bill was signed into law. Medicaid, just so you also know, Medicaid just goes as direct payments to hospitals.
Wait, so hold on, back up
So
just 1 second. So you said the state of California gives the federal government $8 billion a year. Is that
Yep,
what,
they do.
so not the tax, or is it the taxpayers?
Yes, sir.
So the taxpayers of California give the money to the federal government, but who reimburses the state for Medicare and Medicaid
They don't
services? That's
need
the
the
federal government.
reimbursement. What do you not understand?
But if they're, I'm just a little confused by your argument here. So you're
I'm
saying
not
the state of
making an
California,
argument. I'm stating facts that you don't seem to understand.
okay, but we'll break it down for me. So the state of California
No,
doesn't
because
receive
I'm only
reimbursement.
responsible for what I say, not for what you understand. If you have an inherent misunderstanding of what I said, perhaps you need to do more research to even understand any part of what I said. Okay? So,
Okay, I'll do a
like,
little
yeah,
more
he
research.
he
Now, let
does.
me
He
give you,
thinks that taxpayers are not the same as the state when we say that states give other states money or that states give the federal government money. That's the first part of his inherent misunderstanding, right? So I just like want to be clear. Again, the one big beautiful bill in your claim would have to be overriding the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which it's not able to do in any way, shape, or form because that would be a violation of the United States Constitution. And since a law has already been in place since 1996 in regards to states offering benefits to illegal, undocumented aliens or immigrants, whichever word you individuals choose to use to dehumanize people that exist, right? Since it explicitly states that while states can use that money to fund it, they can receive $0 in reimbursement from the federal government for any programs that they choose to pay out for it, like Section 8, housing, like Medicaid benefits if they choose to actually offer them health care up front, SNAP benefits that comes out of their own money, right? Because states' rights, 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution, it's literally been a law for 29 years that states can receive $0 in federal reimbursement if they go to paying giving out benefits to undocumented immigrants.
so it's unequivocally false that the Medicaid was being used for 1.4 million illegal aliens. That's
They're
incorrect.
documented, for fuck's sake. You guys read one part of the headline and then added a word in it yourself.
Okay, so they're not entitled to if they're documented. Is that correct?
They are there if there's certain type of status within the United States of America that qualifies, because I don't know if you realize this, but like refugee parolee status, some people on visas are also able to receive federal money when it comes to social benefits. That's always been a thing. So yes, sir, when you're crying about 1.4 million, it's documented immigrants, so people that have legal status.
Okay, fair enough. Now moving on to my second point, and since we're in the realm of immigration, I do agree with the policy of removing permanent illegal aliens from the country.
Cool. Less
Especially
than
those
15% of them have any criminal convictions in any country that are actively being removed right now from the United States of America.
including our own country.
Yes, in any country. I'm sorry, does any exclude the United States of America, or is any a universal word used here?
Well, technically, by breaking the CFR 8, which is the Code of Regulations that pertains to immigration, if they're violating that law, aren't they violating our
And
laws
you're
too?
actually using the incorrect one. It's not a CFR. It would be a USC.
Code of Federal Regulations?
No, a CFR is dictating how the federal government operates internally. If you're talking about legislative code or criminal code, it's a USC.
And that's Section 8, correct?
No, you still have the verbiage wrong.
Okay, my apologies. So by entering the country illegally, are they not committing a crime, or are they
Arizona
just
v.
violating the law?
United States 2012. Do you know what it takes to be considered a criminal in the United States of America, since you want to use legal terms?
Sure. By all means.
Cool. Guess what? In order to be a criminal in the United States of America, according to our legal system, you have to have been convicted of a crime.
Okay.
Have
So
all of
if
these
they are,
immigrants been convicted of Title 8 U.S. Code 1325? No, sir, because they're not even being given their right to due process. And according to Arizona v. United States 2012 Supreme Court of the United States of America ruling, simply being in the United States and being considered deportable does not make someone a criminal. So simply being here undocumented, sir, does not make someone a criminal. So you are still wrong.
so what are the consequences for violating that law of
Oh,
entering the United States or
guess
overstaying?
what? It's not
What's the
even
consequences?
deportation. Deportation
What is
isn't
it?
even like the primary thing. It's a maybe. You could be deported.
Okay.
It's a monetary fine with up to 6
Okay.
months in prison as a misdemeanor, a Class C misdemeanor.
So misdemeanor is, so if they are convicted of that crime and it is a misdemeanor, then that they're a criminal, correct?
Then they would have a criminal record, correct? But
Okay. And
again,
then they would be,
let me try this, okay? Let me try helping you out again, because you're like circling the drain. I don't even know why. In order for you to be considered a criminal, you have to be convicted of a crime. Charges aren't even being laid out against these individuals. You can find records of everything that someone can be charged with, and CBP actually keeps a pretty good record of charges filed against illegal immigrants. All right? They keep a very good record of that, okay? And again,
okay.
it's
And
8 U.S.
so,
Code 1325 is not even a felony. It is a misdemeanor offense where most people just pay a fine if they're even convicted. But the reason why most of them don't even get charged with it, sir, is because you, at that point, if you press charges against an individual, what are they unequivocally, absolutely guaranteed in the United States of America, according to 8 Supreme Court cases, if you are charged with a crime?
that's a great question. Due process?
Due process. With which amendments
Okay.
of the United States Constitution?
17th.
Is
Correct?
that your final answer?
Sure. Or can I take a lifeline?
He did not foxtrot, because this is a call. 5th and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. It's not even just one. It's 2. And that's why it's been unequivocally redecided multiple times by the United States Supreme Court.
So in that case, so every deportation up until this point has been illegally executed. Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say every single one. I said your claim, let me rehash your claim, is that he was deporting criminals. And I told you that less than 15% of them have a criminal history in any country, including the United States of America. And then you got hung up on trying to say that just because they cross the border through a non-port of entry, that makes them a criminal. Well, criminal is a legal term, and we're talking about legality here with having a criminal record. That, again, is a legal stance that somebody would be taking. So when we go down the road of criminality and we go down the road of legality, right, in legal terms, Again, this has been previously decided on by the United States Supreme Court, Arizona v. United States 2012 ruling that simply being here and being considered deportable in this country is not a criminal offense, nor does it make someone a criminal. Because guess what? In this country, maybe people will remember this. I feel it seems like a lot of people forgot about this. In the United States of America, the idea of our criminal justice system is innocent until proven guilty.
Okay. So in that case, you don't have to be a criminal to be deported, correct?
I never made that claim either.
So in that case, so people who are here without documentation and they're being deported, that is the legal way to, that is legally sound, correct?
It's still not correct. See, in Christie Nome v. Kilmer Abrego Garcia Supreme Court decision as well, they ruled that the prosecution, right? So the Solicitor General of the United States tried to argue to the United States Supreme Court that if they get individuals out of the country fast enough, they are not entitled to allot individuals due process or a writ of habeas corpus. And that part of the Solicitor General's argument that they heard, and again, Christie Nome Kilmer versus Kilmer Abrego Garcia 2025 decision, right? This was decided in May. That they tried to argue that basically they expect anybody to be walking around with a writ of habeas corpus in their back pocket to present to ICE and CBP officers as soon as they get arrested in various languages. Because
Understood.
their argument
But you
was that
can
if they
be-
just get them out of the country fast enough, then they get to circumvent the right to due process. And they're
Okay.
continuing to react upon that even through today. See, because they're not
Okay,
being
no, I
charged with
understand what you're saying.
crimes, it's not necessarily due process, but they have the right and they also are supposed to be given the ability to contest their deportation, which would be habeas corpus.
So in other words, because you're here in the United States without documentation, being a non-citizen, or without any kind of authorization, you don't necessarily have to be a criminal to be deported. So you can be here present without authorization, and you can be easily deported. That's our law. So that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
and I've never made the claim otherwise. Congratulations.
Okay. Well, that is one of the reasons why I still support this president, because he, in fact, does deport people that aren't supposed to be here.
No,
Now, we can
incorrect.
talk
He's
about the-
deporting people that are here with legal status. We actually know that, right? ICE officers are routinely
they-
picking. I'm continuing here. ICE officers are
Okay.
routinely picking individuals up that are on their way to their court hearings, their immigration court hearings, or leaving their immigration court hearings without a decision having been made by an immigration judge. So he is absolutely circumventing even legal immigrants and their ability to continue to be here within the United States. That's why he's constantly writing executive orders and attempting to, guess what, have people's legal status thrown out at the court level.
So if they're on their way to a court session to determine their status, then they're technically without status, even on their way to court.
Do you not realize that immigration is a process even while you have status? People are required to do check-ins with officers as well, and they're getting arrested at their check-ins while they have active status.
Well, what is their status if they need to do check-ins?
They're still here documented. That's why they do check-ins, to be like, hey, I'm still here and I haven't left the country.
Okay, so if you have a pending application with USCIS, it doesn't mean that you have status. It just means that you're in the process of getting status, and they can revoke that or deny that at any time. That's at the discretion of the,
No, these individuals
USCIS.
have status already. It's not a one and done process. You don't just come here and get issued status and then you never have to get seen again ever, right? It's a literal process with many steps over multiple years.
And if they revoke that status,
I'm
then
done.
you're no longer protected.
I don't even know what you're arguing anymore. You're just like going around in circles. Oh my God. Real deal. Thank you for the jewels. Star, thank you for the jewels. Berner, thank you for the jewels. Danny, thank you for the jewels. You are doing a fantastic job of describing the mechanics of how this fraud was justified by its perpetrators. Thank you. Where's your children? Oh, you think because what I'm a woman, I need a child to justify my existence? Again, you are so obsessed, like you are somebody that is so obsessed with Donald Trump that you made an AI generated picture of him standing behind you and kissing you on the neck. Sounds like you need something to justify your existence. Right? A woman who talks, oh my God. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 35.
35. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am not supporting him anymore, but I did vote for him.
Okay, I'll humor you for like 2 minutes. Why don't you support Trump anymore?
Well, he didn't really keep any of his promises. And the one thing you keep arguing with people about on here is like the one thing I do agree with. So we can agree to disagree on that. But I think it'd be fun to discuss some of the other policies.
Nah, I'm good. You said you don't support him anymore, so I hope you have a good one. Thank you for calling this. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
19.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
He killed our enemies.
So you just like people dying. That's weird.
No. It's basically a threat to America. Do you want America to be under a threat? Exactly.
Who's attacking us? Are the
Yes.
attackers in the room with us?
Might be.
They might be. Summer,
knows?
are you going to attack me, sweetie? Summer, are you going to attack me? Are you? I was just
Why are
told
you
that
so
the
obnoxious?
attackers are in the room with me.
Young Sheldon looking
Oh,
at.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My dog says she's not going to attack us. So I don't know what your
Wow.
problem is with other people. And I don't think,
Nerdy, nerdy.
so I don't
Oh,
even agree with the
nerdy,
death
nerdy,
penalty.
nerdy.
So thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I just called. So is immigration?
I just called. Okay, well, I'll hang up on you again then. It's coming for us right now. I know, right? That's how it feels sometimes. It really is how it feels. Oh, no, she loves her food. Don't even play, Joey. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
38.
38. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, I was enjoying our conversation earlier about
I'd
immigration.
like to start a new conversation with you. Instead of
okay?
kicking
Can we
back.
continue?
Oh, I hung up on you already?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'll do it again. I mean, you like deportation so much, I thought I'd just deport you. I have no idea, Lala, if I don't know which one that was. But he said he wanted to continue talking about deportation, so. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 37 and I'm a truck driver.
You're a truck driver? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Are you still supporting
thing-
Donald Trump?
Yes, I do. And I love your name. My middle name's Arya, so it's cute. Yes, I support him because of the executive that he signed an order back in April to stop unsafe, unlicensed drivers that are driving CDL trucks that I don't know how they got their license. They're licensed, but they're illegal and on status of not being gun trained. Sorry, I
Gotcha.
made that long. I'm sorry.
Are we also going after American citizens that drive trucks and cause car accidents?
Yes.
Oh,
I
we
don't care
are?
who they are. I don't care if they're American or if they're illegal. I consider them illegal because the main illegal part is they don't have the license. They should not be behind the wheel. They do not have the proper
That's your
training. They should not
perception.
be
Have you
behind
looked
the
at
wheel.
every single case and seen if whether or not they have a license or not? Or are you just making a broad generalization based off of your own internal bias that you hold right now?
I believe that if you're not trained properly and
Were
you
you
didn't go
there
through the
for
proper
each one of their
channels.
cases when they were issued these licenses to determine whether they were trained properly or not?
No, just I've
You weren't.
been
Okay, so
told
it is
about
just
a
your own
lot of
personal
them.
opinion that they weren't trained properly.
Yeah, it's my personal
It's your
opinion, just because
personal
I've
opinion.
seen a lot
Well,
of.
listen, I will say, and I'll be like unequivocally very clear here. I think that everybody needs to be trained prior to like being issued a license of any kind. And so like that much is true, but I also understand that road signs are pretty fucking universal across the entire world. I don't know about you, but I've been to multiple countries, so, you know.
Yeah, I've been to Canada. I've been to the U.S., but I've never been anywhere else yet. But I'm just like, I don't understand. How do you not read a stop sign? How do you not read any of these signs? They all are universal.
Do you know what
just like
happens?
you
You know,
said.
like I don't like anecdotes, but I'll go ahead and give one, right? So there was one time I was back home visiting my hometown, like the place that I grew up, or not really grew up, but graduated high school from. And there's like this four-way stop, right? And I know it's a four-way stop. I've driven, like I've stopped there multiple times. And I accidentally just drove right through it one day. So should you take my license?
No.
No? Okay.
You just
Well,
gotta get
God
a
forbid,
gotta get a
I was
warning involved.
trained. I was trained. I took the test, right? And God for fucking bid, I forgot that there was a fucking stop sign, right? Oh my God. Just like almost every American citizen does on a daily basis. I'm sure if I look up a statistic, it would probably tell me that something like, I don't know, every 25 minutes, someone in the United States runs a stop sign. Are you aware that there's actually, are you familiar with North Carolina laws by chance?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
from
so
Utah.
I want to tell you a little known fact, right? So in North Carolina, let's say you're at a four-way stop. There is no right of way at a four-way stop in North Carolina. There's no determination of it, right? It's not whoever stopped first, okay? So in North Carolina, okay, if you are in a line of cars, so let's say you're the 10th car back, as long as you came to a complete stop at that four-way intersection, every single car can just go through that intersection without stopping right at the stop sign.
Wow, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually a law, but they don't teach people that. You would have to read it.
Wow, because in Utah, it's whoever's to your right and whoever stopped first is supposed to yield to the person on your right.
Is it actually written in their law? Because this is literally.
Yeah, it is in Utah's law.
Yeah.
It's in
Well,
the
good for
driver
Utah.
handbook.
North Carolina hasn't progressed that far. It's just kind of what they do. So you would make an assumption at that point that if there was a driver who was an illegal immigrant that drove through a four-way stop or even just at a stop sign, right, and they made a complete stop, couple cars back, you would assume that because they just kept driving through, that they missed that stop because you didn't know the laws. So you don't know the laws in every single state. So you don't know if maybe another state is similar to North Carolina where they don't have a right-of-way law, nor do they have a law that you have to specifically stop at the intersection at the stop sign.
I learned something new because in Utah, you have to fully stop and then you can proceed.
Yeah, but again, I just want to remind you that stop signs are a very universal sign. No matter what word is written on it, it's even in the same fucking color in other countries.
Wow, well, I'm glad that you told me that because I just came back from North Carolina, and I was wondering why people are going right through. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, they're doing it legally. It's literally a part of their law.
I was wondering why that cop didn't go after that guy. Now I know.
Yeah, that's all. Well, if That's
I love your
all.
show and I enjoy listening because I love hearing you speak your mind and tell everybody the facts. That's what I like about it.
Hey, just be careful in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'll be very cautious up there. I just came back from there. I was in Gastonia.
Yeah, that's how somebody took off the front end of my car. Actually, no, they took it off because it was a 17-year-old that wasn't paying attention and was texting and driving. So,
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that happens every day. One thing that they need to start cracking down on is other truck drivers that are watching movies while they're driving down the freeway.
that I know is
That's
not allowed.
scary. Yeah, it's illegal, but I just saw 3 of them tonight, and they had their
I believe it.
tablet mounted right on their steering, right on their windshield on the left-hand side, and they were watching cartoons. I'm like, what the heck? This is scary. So I drive truck, and I've been doing it for 20 years. Started when I was in the oil field, and then I went back to over the road, and I'm like, man, I don't even want to be out here because it doesn't matter who you are. If you're driving a semi, you're basically a battering ram. You can't stop on a dime.
It's true.
And
Someone wants to know if you
everybody,
could see the movie they were watching. I doubt it. Cup of Joe.
yeah, I could just, it looked like Popeye or something is what it looked like. It was like a cartoon. I was like, what the heck? I glanced at it real quick, and then I called the state police and let them know so they can try to get that enforced, because that's just too dangerous. Because what if it's your mother or your father or your husband or your wife that's driving on the road and this other driver's not paying attention? It's not safe. So I did report it tonight.
I believe you, my guy. Well, you have a good rest of your night, all right? Be safe.
You too. Thank you. I'm
You're
sorry.
welcome. Of course. Bye.
Bye.
There is actually a restriction for semi-truck drivers with your CDL license about what you can and cannot do while you are operating that kind of vehicle. So that is true. It specifically has to be you can't have a handheld device, right? And if that guy had it mounted to their windshield, then they're not violating that regulation. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
27.
27. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
So I'd say probably passing the big beautiful bill.
What specific? Specifically, sorry.
Specifically, well, I'd actually probably say the stuff that he's passed with involving taxes.
Okay.
Lowering the taxes for the middle class, I definitely think is important.
They weren't lowered. They were just made permanent. Thank you, Shaylu.
The no tax on overtime also was a good thing.
It's a tax deduction
you know,
that
even
you
though
can claim at the end of the year on your taxes on only that 0.5%, up to $12,500 if you are single, $25,000 if you are married filing jointly, and as long as you don't make more than $150,000 for that year, if you make more than $150,000, it starts taking money off. And it's temporary, only for 3 years. It is a great start, not far-reaching enough in my opinion, but cool beans. Just there's more nuance to it.
yeah.
Do you know what a tax
No tax
deduction
on
does
pets
by
also.
chance?
A tax deduction?
Yeah, do you know what a tax deduction is? Well, like what it does, I guess I should say. What does a tax deduction do?
That's kind of like when you file your taxes, you owe less back to the government, right?
There's more to it than that. So just sorry. Accounting brain here is going to be very specific and explaining on what it does. Is it lowers your tax burden And do you know how you get to your AGI, assuming you know what AGI is? You might not know. It's an honest sentence. It's an honest question.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. So AGI is adjusted gross income. So what a tax deduction does is it adjusts your gross income, right? Because that's what you're taxed on, is your gross, not your net, right? Because your net is what your take home pay, right? So your adjusted gross income is including your standard deduction and then any other additional deductions that you are allowed to take. And then after all of those are removed, then you have your AGI, your adjusted gross income, and that's what you are then taxed on at the end of it. I know, right, Bill?
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not even necessarily money that people will get back.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That would be a tax credit. Tax credits are different, but it's a tax deduction.
Oh, okay, yeah. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I just like the momentum that this administration gives is like nothing I've ever seen in my lifetime before. Like
Momentum.
I feel like that the momentum, yes, because like the getting the energy, wanting to get stuff done, like figuring out like how do we make this better? And like
Thoughts and vibes.
what was that?
Said thoughts and vibes.
Well, I mean, even just with the big beautiful bill, like that was a huge thing to get passed through legislation. And
Yes, that
think that
demonstrably negatively impacts those in the lower class.
like I know that there's a lot of people that don't agree with a lot of the stuff or some of the stuff that's in the bill, but like even just the fact that it got done, and I feel like because you know, and I don't necessarily agree with the two-party system that we have, but unfortunately it is what we have to live with right now. And I feel like the other side, they're not doing anything about the economy. They never do anything about the economy.
That's absolutely untrue.
You always hear them focused on like more of the social issues, which I
Like what? What social issue did the Democratic Party focus on that you're upset about?
I'm not necessarily upset about it, but they usually focus more on like what are we doing for the LGBT community and other minority communities.
What
that we have
campaign
in our
ad
country.
was
Like,
ran
those-
in 2024 that was pro LGBTQI from a presidential candidate?
I'm honestly not sure.
Because there was none. Literally, none of the presidential candidates, and I do mean all 5 of them, spent a single penny. Because all of this is through you can find this all through the FEC. Spent a single penny on pro LGBTQI plus advertisements. However, there was one political candidate that spent $215 million on anti-transgender ads. In fact, his most expensive ad was also his, unfortunately, most successful ad that was ran as anti-trans. So, you bought into propaganda. Congratulations. Not a singular candidate ran on pro-trans rights. There was one candidate that ran on anti-trans, and that was Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party that continues to make it an issue even today, a year and 6 days past the previous election. And do you know how much, like, what percentage of the United States population the trans community represents?
I'm not too sure.
Less than 1%. So about 3 million people. So let's be very clear. Spent $215 million on 3 million people to denigrate them and make individuals such as yourself afraid of them in some way.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely crazy. I don't agree with that happened.
Yeah.
I guess like what I was trying to get at is that there's like like I don't think social issues aren't important, but I think economic issues are more important right now.
And the economy sucks
Because
ass right now. Congratulations. Inflation's up 3% year over year, 0.3% month over month. Prices of all goods are going up. Donald Trump has actually had to admit that by rolling back on his tariffs, that tariffs are actually inherently inflationary, even though he refused to acknowledge that.
yeah, I will say the tariffs, like it definitely confused me what was going on with those. But yeah, like grocery prices have gone up. So I actually want your opinion on something.
Real quick, I just want to point this out because somebody wants to tell me that I'm wrong. Apparently, this individual has never looked at the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, which is where I got it from. The inflation report was released October 24th, 2025. For September's data, the next report will not be issued until December 16th, 2025. The unemployment data was released November 12th, 2025, and this is all from the bls.gov. Sorry, I almost said org for some reason. So how about you actually go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, actually look it up, and drill down on the numbers instead of just saying wrong because you don't do any fucking research. Sorry. I do like calling
You're
people
good.
out and making sure to name my sources on where I'm pulling this from, directly from the government themselves.
So, I saw this statistic earlier today and I thought it was interesting. The average gas prices for New York State has gone under
It's down
$3
by
for the first time in 4 years.
that's I want to help you out with something. Year over year, because see, this is also incorrect. And see, I don't know where you pulled that from, but I debunked this quite recently, actually. The average cost of gas in New York is down by 4 cents compared to last year. The average price of gas in New York is $3.17. All of this information and data is readily available at our fingertips. Gas was also lower in 1992. Are we going to get back 1992 gas prices?
Well, no, that wouldn't be possible.
That wouldn't be possible. Do you know why price of gas is lowering for some areas, even though actually, according to September 2025 data, the cost of gas when adjusting for seasonal changes, it was actually up. Do you know why, in general, price of gas is technically going down?
I mean, I know that it has to do with the layoffs that are happening in the oil industry.
No, actually, the layoffs are occurring because of the cost of gas going down.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
Have you ever heard of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries?
I have not.
Okay. Shorthand is OPEC.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard that acronym before.
Yeah. So OPEC for the last 5 years, well, since April of 2020, they had signed an agreement back in April of 2020 called the OPEC Plus deal. And within that deal, they agreed to about half their production. And even though that deal was only written for 2 years after the deal expired, they never re-increased their production. So in 2023, 2024, that gave oil companies in the United States of America the opportunity to grow and continue to drill and produce more oil, to the point where in 2024, we were the #1 producer of oil and gas in the entire world. And then we find out 5 years after the original signing of the OPEC Plus deal that OPEC has agreed to start drilling more and producing more oil. And so now they're flooding our markets. And as a result of them flooding our markets, the price of our gas is going down at the pump. And as a result of the price of our gas going down at the pump, American oil companies such as Chevron announced massive layoffs that started in October of 2025. So, and they've literally cited that there's a couple of reasons why they're doing these layoffs, right? So number one, they have to offset the cost of the fact that prices are going down at the pump. So they have to offset that by cutting their labor force to save money. And in some cases, they cite that they did some not so great business deals. In some cases, but that's one case. We are no longer an energy independent country, nor are we fuel independent anymore because of OPEC Plus. Or, sorry, because of OPEC in general right now.
Were we technically only independent on those things the past 2 years?
Yes, 2023 and 2024. We literally drilled the most that we had ever drilled throughout history in 2024. We had beaten that number in 2023, and then the oil companies one-upped themselves in 2024. No new oil refineries have been opened within the United States of America in 2025. No new drilling has started within the United States of America in the year 2025. So nothing has been done within the United States of America that we can even directly attribute to the cost of gas lowering. Similarly enough, there has been no policy or piece of legislation signed or introduced or passed into law by the President of the United States that has lowered the cost of gas.
So would
Thank you, Shaylu.
would that in turn also mean, like, say that we were to raise the minimum wage, would that would just make the gas stations that are already struggling struggle even more, and then more layoffs would happen, wouldn't it?
No, not necessarily. That doesn't equate a correlation causation.
Oh.
You would have to see that occur in every single market, every single industry, in order to draw that conclusion, in which we don't see that occur. Did we see mass layoffs the last time that the minimum wage was increased? No.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I always like to point out is that, like, so I work in the retail industry, and I work at a store that's located in New York State, and they have been very aggressive about raising the minimum wage here. And every year when I'm at work, or even when I'm not at work, like, one of my employees is complaining that they're the only one in the building, and I'm like, well, like, that, this wouldn't have happened if they stopped being able to afford more people in the building at the same time. Like, it's what's happening. But yeah, with like aggressively raising the minimum wage, I'm saying that's, like, in turn, problems like that come about.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and it's like what with what you're saying, like seeing, like I guess like to really like say that that's like a problem across the board, we would have to see that correlation across the board,
Yep, in
and I guess we
all
can't really like say
industries.
that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it does become a problem like here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, and I guess to kind of go like to the point I was trying to make before, I see the Republican Party caring more about the economy than the Democratic Party does.
Sure. Yeah. They really care about all of the American people. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like both parties have their problems.
I'm
But
not going down this whole both parties are the same. So, but it was a decent conversation. We can stop now. You can have a good rest of your night, my guy.
Okay, have a good one.
You too, man. It was a good conversation. I will give him that much. Did pretty decently. Let's see. I was trying to look up something up for funsies. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, he did. I don't think he learned anything either. Oh, they care so much about the American people. The amount of times that I hear this, no. I have news for you guys, okay? Hot take. Hot fucking take. I don't know who this is gonna upset. I don't know if it's gonna upset somebody. Hot take. Neither party gives enough shits about the American people. And I say it this way, enough shits about the American people. But there's only one party that's not actively trying to take away benefits from the American people. Literally one party that's not actively trying to take things away from the American people. There is literally only one party that's not actively trying to strip away our social safety nets. There is literally one party that's not trying to demonize 1% of the population. Literally one party. But instead, you guys buy into one party's propaganda nonsense and believe in this giant boogeyman, such as a trans person. Oh my God, the trans people are out to get you. Holy for fuck's sake. You guys better run and hide. They're invisible, though, because they no longer exist, according to Donald Trump's executive order, saying that, oh my God, there's only 2 genders, because he doesn't know what the difference is between a gender and sex. This is called harm reduction. Do I necessarily agree with the way that the Democratic Party operates? Absolutely fucking not. There's a goddamn reason I'm not a fucking Democrat. I am politically shipwrecked. I know that's not the proper terminology for it, but I am politically shipwrecked because neither party has the same ideas nor the same policies and what I would love to see instituted. Homeless, that's what it is. Politically homeless, right? The Republican Party is about the only one in the last 30 years that has actually made movements to try to strip away things from the American people. The Republican Party operates similarly enough as this. The thought, the very mere iota of a thought that just one singular person out of 100 could be abusing the system, that we therefore must take away that social safety net from the other 99 people because of all of this fraud, waste, and abuse. You guys bought. You guys bought in to fucking slogans. Drill, baby, drill! What? A, why are we drilling babies? And where the fuck are all the new drilling rigs? I haven't seen them yet. Oh, wait. None of it's opened. Gotcha. Cool. Great to know. Nothing new has opened. Fraud, waste, and abuse. Where are all the charges? Oh, wait. There's been like 5. And guess what? When it came to USAID, and we're talking, well, no, it wasn't USAID, but Medicaid fraud, guess who was actually filed charges on for defrauding the system? The same people that we've told y'all for a long ass fucking time are the only ones that defraud the goddamn system. Providers. Y'all fucking ridiculous. For God's sakes. But yeah, exactly, Cup of Joe. Owning the libs. But guess what, guys? We own the libs. We own the libs. Own the libs. Come here. Yep, Summer. Here you guys go. Let's try this. I would love for everyone in the chat to tell me what gender this cat is. What gender is this cat? Let's try this. What gender is this cat? Can anybody tell me? What gender is my cat? Does anybody know? What gender is this cat? Yeah, I know. You don't like being held. Okay. What gender is this cat? What gender is this cat? Somebody's got it right. Gender is orange. That's a funny one. The dog is jealous. Oh, there we go. There we go. No fucking gender. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Gender is a social construct that humans made up. The cat cannot identify as a man, woman, he, she, girl, boy. The cat cannot identify as that. The cat's sex can be determined based off of their genitalia. Gender is what you identify as later on. The cat cannot tell me whether or not it's a boy or a girl. The dog cannot tell me whether or not it's a boy or a girl. The cat is not a man. The cat is not a woman. The dog is not a man. The dog is not a woman. Gender and sex is not the same. It's a fucking social ass construct that you guys are like afraid of. It's a fucking boogeyman! Holy shit! Ah! Anyways, tubers, I will see you guys on Saturday. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. But we'll go ahead and read through some of these. Danny, thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much as well. Backroad Turtle, thank you for the jewels. Jorge, thank you for the jewels. Joe Biden, the gender of the cat is cat. Exactly. Aslan, give me the name of that person you told me to send over to. So good night over on